Welcome to the main events of Italian diplomatic activity abroad. On the afternoon on 13th of August, Prime Minister Giorgia Meloni took part, together with the leaders of Ukraine, Finland, France, Germany, Poland, the United Kingdom, the European Union and the NATO, in a conference call with US President Donald Trump ahead of his meeting with Russian President Vladimir Putin in Alaska on August 15. The summit was preceded by a European coordination meeting, also at leaders level, and followed by a new session of the Coalition of the Willing. During the discussion, Prime Minister Meloni expressed her appreciation for President Trump's efforts, reiterating the importance of working with the United States to halt the conflict and reach a peace agreement that guarantees Ukrainian sovereignty and security. She also thanks President Zelensky for the seriousness he has shown so far in pursuing a diplomatic solution. In recent days, the Prime Minister also held a phone conversation with the Crown Prince and Prime Minister of Saudi Arabia Mohammed bin Salman. The call provided an opportunity to share updates on the conflict in Gaza and to discuss key aspects of bilateral cooperation. Regarding Gaza, both sides expressed concern over Israel's most recent decisions, which appears to be moving toward further military escalation, and stressed the urgency of achieving a ceasefire without delay in order to end the dramatic humanitarian situation in the Strip. Prime Minister Meloni also spoke by phone with the President of the Palestinian National Authority, Abu Mazen. During the call, Meloni conveyed her deep concern over Israel's latest decisions, which seemed to point toward further escalation, reiterated that the humanitarian situation in Gaza is unjustifiable and unacceptable. Foreign Minister Antonio Tajani signed a joint declaration with 28 other international partners on the situation in Gaza. The declaration states that humanitarian suffering has reached unimaginable levels. Famine is unfolding before the world's eyes, and urgent measures are needed to halt and reverse the spiral of hunger. The humanitarian space must be protected and aid must never be politicized. Immediate, permanent and concrete actions are required to ensure large-scale safe access for the United Nations, international NGOs and humanitarian partners. On the evening of 13th of August, a flight carrying 28 Palestinians rescued from the ongoing conflict in Gaza landed at Rome's Ciampino airport. Among them were 6 children. They were welcomed by Foreign Minister Tajani. On August 11, another shipment of food aid donated by Italy through the World Food Programme arrived in Gaza as part of the Food for Gaza initiative. The 20 trucks carrying over 350 tons of flour for civilians in the Strip had departed the previous week from Jordan. The operation will be completed in the coming days with an additional convoy carrying 100 tons, which has already left Jordan, heading toward the border between Israel and northern Gaza. Meanwhile, humanitarian airdrops over the Gaza Strip continue, coordinated by the crucial support of the Ministry of Defense. Minister Tajani also expressed his deep condolences over the tragic death of Colombian conservative presidential candidate Miguel Uribe, who was shot in the head on 7th of June during a rally and died on August 11 after 2 months of intensive care and several surgeries. It is a tragic day for Colombia and for all those who fight the freedom and democracy across Latin America, Tajani said. The extraordinary export plan is working. Diversifying international markets for Italian products is the right strategy for counteracting the negative effects of US tariffs, Minister Tajani said. In the first half of 2025, Italian exports to non-EU countries increased by 1.3%, rising to plus 2% excluding the energy sector. Strong results were recorded in exports to the United Arab Emirates, Brazil, Switzerland, Spain and Saudi Arabia, achievements supported by Italy's strategic missions abroad. The quality and range of Italian-made products know no boundaries. Exports will remain a driving force for Italy's economic growth. We continue toward the goal of €700 billion in annual exports, Tajani added. At the Italian Cultural Institute in Munich, the exhibition Italy on Two Wheels is currently on display. Organized in collaboration with the cultural collective Mo' Better Football, the Italian Consulate General in Fribourg, and the Italian Cultural Institute of Hamburg and Stuttgart. The exhibition guides visitors through the ways in which cyclists, bicycles, peaks, routes and landscapes shaped by cycling have influenced Italian culture. Works by Riccardo Guascio, Sergio Ponchione and Simone Ferrarini are on display. In Seoul, the My Art Museum is hosting the exhibition Culture and Society in the 19th Century collection of the Capodimonte Museum, the first show in Asia entirely dedicated to the 19th century collection of Naples, Museo e Real Bosco di Capodimonte. The opening ceremony was attended by the museum's director, Gita Geun, the director of the Capodimonte collection, Silvia Bellinger-Schmidt, the Italian ambassador to Seoul, Emilia Gatto, and the director of the Italian Cultural Institute in Seoul, Michela Linda Magri. The exhibition features 74 works by numerous artists, including Giovanni Boldini, Giacomo Balla, Giuseppe De Nittis, and Gioacchino Toma. And it's all for now. Thanks for your attention and stay tuned.